You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
So glad you're with us here on this Thursday, getting a little closer to that Friday. A little cooler start here today as well. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Netta Irampour. Yes, it's a little bit chillier out there. What you'll notice, winds are changing direction on us. So in fact, right now we are getting a little bit of a northeasterly breeze. That's all associated with an area of low pressure. So see that low right there? It came from the Great Basin, believe it or not, and it's headed our way. It's going to hover over San Diego. It wants to stay with us for the weekend, as many people do. But what it might do is actually cause a little bit of a disruption, chance of thunderstorms today even, but mainly tomorrow and even into Saturday for mostly our mountains. It's lingering for a while, the changes it'll cause for us coming up here in your full forecast and what the new season of spring will be bringing us temperature-wise. Let's get to our top story here today. A San Diego sailor accused of selling military secrets to a Chinese intelligence officer is set to appear in court.
The sailor worked on the USS Essex. CBS 8's Regina Yorita is live downtown where that court appearance is set to take place. Regina?
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Netta. Look, today he is back in court, Patrick Way, for his arraignment in a superseding indictment, meaning there is additional evidence or additional charges to his case. Now, an indictment was unsealed back in August. He was actually charged. A judge ruled that Patrick Way was accused of selling military secrets to a Chinese intelligence officer. Now, before being arrested, Way has been assigned as a machinist mate on the USS Essex. Prosecutors say the Chinese officer approached Way before being assigned to the Essex and asked him for information and photographs of ship movements out of San Diego ports. According to a grand jury indictment, Way is also accused of accepting bribes in exchange for information concerning the defense and weapon capabilities of U.S. Navy ships, potential vulnerabilities of these ships, and information related to ship movement. Prosecutors allege he also provided the Chinese officer with photographs of military hardware and details about an upcoming maritime warfare exercise involving U.S. Marines. The indictment alleged that in 2022, Way transmitted documents, sketches, plans, notes, and other information to the handler who allegedly instructed Way to destroy any evidence. So back out here today, he'll be in court for his arraignment once again. The judge will announce those additional charges or evidence, and we'll try to get you guys the latest details once we know about that. For now, I'll send things back to you, Eric and Netta.
Regina, thank you very much for that update. We will, of course, stay on top of this and bring you updates later in our newscasts here. This morning, a bill that would lead to a nationwide ban of TikTok is in the hands of the Senate. This bill passed in the House, I should say, with overwhelming bipartisan support. The app would be banned unless the platform cuts ties with its China-based owner, ByteDance. A cybersecurity expert says TikTok users give away personal data like their locations and their photos. He says this is a threat to San Diego specifically.
We are a military town. You know, we have the Navy, we have the Marines. Applications like TikTok actually present a real and present danger in many cases to individuals that work in our armed forces.
TikTok insists it has never shared U.S. user data with the Chinese government.
New this morning, a man is facing charges after allegedly trying to open a plane's cockpit door on a flight out of San Diego. The plane was on the way to Virginia on March 3rd. Documents show when asked why he kept trying to get into the cockpit, Nathan Jones replied he was, quote, testing them. He was arrested and banned from Alaska Airlines. Authorities later found out he is a student pilot. Jones will be in court on Monday. His attorney wants Jones to be evaluated to see if he is competent to stand trial. And take a look this morning. We have a new photo of the man police say escaped custody. San Diego police say he escaped a Central Division holding cell Tuesday night. Police say Dondre Johnson was initially arrested for burglary and pimping. He's 27 years old and was last seen wearing dark clothing while also handcuffed. If you see him, you're asked to call police. Well, it's no secret that living in paradise comes at a price, maybe even an unattainable price for many. This morning, a new study showing it takes more than a decade for a couple to save a down payment for a home in the city of San Diego.
That's a decade for a couple. Now, it's almost 5 times longer than that if you're single, according to the latest study here. CBS 8's Chris Groh, live in Claremont now. You dug into these findings, Chris. What can you tell us?
Yeah, we all know that it is very hard to make ends meet here in San Diego, and it's extremely hard to try to buy that first home. Now, in this study, they go into just how hard it is to save up that first 20% for the down payment to be put on a home that costs somewhere around $650,000, which, by the way, that's the other hard part. Where are you going to find a home that only costs about $650,000? That's been the issue for so many either couples or singles that are looking to buy their first home. Now, what this study says is that for singles earning the median income of $49,000, it will take 55 years and 9 months to buy that $650,000 starter home with a 20% down payment. In comparison, for couples earning a median combined income of $114,000, some more than that, the study says it will take 12 years and 10 months. Now, this is also, a real estate market in which the average cost of rent right now is somewhere around $2,900, according to Rent Cafe. That's the median price of rent. So for those folks who are trying to save up, they're facing those high costs of rent as well, too, nearly $3,000. And that's for about an 870 square foot apartment. So if you've got a family, if you've got 2-3 bedrooms, you're likely paying well over $3,000 to live here in the city of San Diego. So with about $114,000 of that being that couple, again, you see where it is hard to save up that money to be able to afford that 20%. Eric and Netta?
Yeah, absolutely. Very difficult. Thank you, Chris, for that. Well, today, the San Diego State men's basketball team is set to tip off the Mountain West Conference Tournament.
As far as the Aztec women's team, their magical tournament run has just come to an end. CBS 8's John Howard in Las Vegas now with those highlights.
Good morning, San Diego, and what an amazing run for the Lady Aztecs here at the Mountain West Conference Tournament. Never trailed in their first 2 games, knocked off Boise State in the semifinals, but just came up short last night. They were a 17-point underdog to the running Rebels of UNLV. Couldn't quite finish it off, but still an amazing week for the ladies of Montezuma Mesa.
Our group battled. We just ran out of gas. But these kids competed for the 4 days that they've been here. And it was really fun to watch. I've never seen them so locked in.
We've built the foundation right now. We know we could get here, and we know what it takes now to get to this point. So I think this is the foundation, and this is just the beginning for this team.
It's a phenomenal program, top to bottom academics, and just wanted to make something happen that hasn't happened.
So a memorable week for the women of Montezuma Mesa. Let's hope the men are at least as successful. They start their postseason run this afternoon, 2:30, right here against the same running Rebels of UNLV. From Las Vegas, John Howard, let's go back to you on set now.
All right, John, thanks. Let's hope we run over them and get a W here, because that was a historic run we had last season. We can't soon forget about that.
Right, of course. I know, excited to see what comes of it all. And, you know, the women's team had a great run.
Absolutely.
So still, huge congrats to them.
Let the madness begin.
Right. It is now 6:08. Good morning to you on this Thursday. We do have a few clouds that are joining us this morning. Look at that. And not as thick of the marine layer that we've been typically seeing this week. Instead, we're getting actually opposite weather patterns happening. Santa Ana winds, haven't said that in a while. Offshore winds, those are coming through. Not as strong for San Diego, but around us, we're certainly noticing that. Dry and gusty out there, so allergies may start to pop up a little bit. A little extra sniffling because of the direction of the winds coming from the deserts. Thunderstorms are possible today through Sunday. This is mainly in our mountains. Really, the chances pick up tomorrow, but there's still a possibility for today. And with that system that we're watching, snow levels will drop 4,000 feet. So that's Pine Valley and eastward. So that is a cooler system that we'll be watching out for. Right now in our mountains, you'll notice Mount Laguna is at 34, almost freezing, not quite. 42 in Julian, 47 Ramona, 49 in Poway. It is chillier this morning than it was yesterday. 3 to 4 degrees cooler for most of you, 9 degrees cooler in Oceanside. But I think you'll like this afternoon. We are going to see temperatures warming up near 70. In fact, 71 is the high for Oceanside today. As we get these winds coming from the desert, it pushes the marine layer away. So all we're really noticing now, some thinner cirrus clouds, and that will allow the sun to warm us up. Now, where's the Santa Ana winds coming from? Well, overall, there's this area of low pressure right here, and this is actually spinning the wind from the Nevada area, from Arizona right into San Diego. But it is a lot stronger up in Orange County. So if you're headed that way at all, going through LA or San Bernardino County, just know it will be gusty in those directions. Fallbrook, Oceanside, you'll feel more of the breeze. Look at this, the forecast model showing 30-mile-per-hour winds possible for our region, Palomar as well, but not as strong for places like downtown, for Chula Vista. So in the South Bay, you should be clear of the stronger gusts. Any warnings and advisories, all of that around San Diego County, but not too far from home. So Orange County, San Bernardino, as I mentioned, you're under warnings and advisories. Hey, let's talk about traffic here for our region, at least for now. I don't see those gusts being a problem, and there's not really fog to worry about either. At this point, no crashes on any of our freeways, which is great. There was one, but hey, they were quick to move that. It was right at Euclid, so now no residual slowing because of it. Taking a look here at drive times, it does look like things are pretty smooth right now. Even the 52 westbound between the 125 and the 15, it will only take 7 minutes. Border wait times, let's check in on that. Wow, it is a slow commute for people coming from Mexico through the San Ysidro port of entry, 140 minutes. Otay Mesa's port of entry will take 90 minutes to get through there into San Diego.
Still ahead, less work hours for the same pay, the new proposal in Congress right now. Plus, do you use Netapots? I know I do every day. They're now being linked to a deadly brain-eating amoeba. How to use these safely. And the new proposal that could ban hot Cheetos in California schools.